Welcome to myCouncil. This is the main entry point to the system. On the left, you can see the session panel. This is where all your decision sessions will appear once you create them. To start working, simply click New Session. In the center, you see the myCouncil identity. From here, you begin building AI-powered councils designed to support complex decision-making. At the bottom of the screen, you can see your account information and the number of remaining iterations available to you. Iterations represent the system's computational budget for running debates and aggregations. From this screen, you can also manage your available iterations. Iterations can be added in two ways: by entering a promo code or by purchasing additional iterations directly. myCouncil also allows you to work as a team. You can create a shared workspace and invite collaborators. All members of the team use a shared iteration pool, making it easy to collaborate on strategic decisions, governance scenarios, or complex analyses without managing separate budgets. In this step, you configure your council. First, you choose the debate mode. Currently, one debate type is available for execution, while additional modes are already visible in the interface and will be activated over time. Each debate mode represents a different decision-making logic and interaction pattern between agents and the chair. Next, you create the expert agents who will participate in the council. For each expert, you select the AI model that will power their reasoning. Then, you define their role. Roles can be assigned in several ways: by selecting a predefined expert preset without changes, by selecting a preset and refining it with custom adjustments, or by creating fully custom role. Format of a resume would fit well. In future versions, you will also be able to create your own presets and save them for reuse across sessions. For each expert, you can also configure the model temperature. Temperature controls how the model behaves. Lower temperatures produce more focused, precise, and conservative responses. Higher temperatures increase creativity and exploratory thinking. However, higher temperatures may also increase the risk of hallucinations or less grounded outputs. This allows you to balance rigor and creativity depending on the nature of the decision. Finally, you configure the aggregator, the chair of the council. The aggregator is responsible for synthesizing expert positions, resolving conflicts, and producing structured outcomes. Just like expert agents, the aggregator has its own model selection and temperature settings. There is also an optional field for additional contextual instructions or personal guidance for the chair. This field was not used in the demonstration, but it can be filled to further shape how aggregation and final conclusions are produced. Once your council is configured, you are ready to run the session. myCouncil turns structured AI debate into a practical decision support process, transparent, configurable, and aligned with real governance logic. This screen marks the beginning of an active session. Here, you can provide the context that the expert council will work with. You can upload up to 5 files in PDF format with a maximum size of 100 megabytes per file. These documents should contain any relevant materials, background information, reports, or reference data that the council needs to consider. Below, in the prompt field, you enter your main question and any additional explanations. You should phrase this input exactly as you would when addressing a real expert council, clearly stating the problem, constraints, and what kind of outcome you expect. The system generally tries to stay in the same language as the main session prompt. However, at the moment, some models may occasionally switch to English during the reasoning or aggregation process. This behavior is temporary and will be fully resolved in upcoming updates. Once the context files and the prompt are ready, click the Start button to launch the session. After the session starts, the expert council begins its work. When the progress indicator moves above 0, typically around 5%, the process is fully underway. You do not need to wait for the session to finish. You can safely leave the page and return later to review the results. At the current stage, the average runtime of an expert council session is over 5 minutes, depending on the number of agents, models, and iterations involved. The system delivers more than a single conclusion. Each expert first forms an independent position. This is followed by a peer review phase, where experts evaluate and compare each other's reasoning. Every stage of this process is fully transparent and available for review. from individual expert positions to peer reviews and final synthesis. In enterprise deployments, the same logic operates with an expanded context. In addition to session inputs, the system can securely incorporate internal corporate data, historical decision records, and governance protocols from real decision-making bodies. Corporate clients may also connect specialized knowledge bases to support expert roles with domain-specific context. This adds additional layers of institutional memory and data security, while preserving the same transparent and structured decision process available in the public cloud. During aggregation, the chair produces a structured protocol that highlights areas of agreement, points of disagreement, and differing perspectives across key aspects of the question, along with comparison statistics. Rather than merging opinions into a single average view, the chair analyzes how expert positions relate to one another. It identifies recurring arguments, isolates meaningful disagreements, and translates the debate into a coherent decision framework that preserves minority views and makes underlying trade-offs explicit. After a session is completed, you can provide feedback on the result. At this stage, feedback is collected through a simple rating, from 1 to 5 stars. In future updates, you will also be able to leave written feedback about the session. This feedback is used to continuously train, evaluate, and improve the system over time. If you want to share the results with others, you can use the Share button. This generates a secure link that provides access to the full session, from the original prompt and context, through expert positions and peer review, all the way to the final aggregated outcome. This makes it easy to review, discuss, and reference decisions across teams or stakeholders. You're all set to start your first session. We wish you clear insights and meaningful outcomes.